NPCs in video games by ya boy Nicky Jakey.
Greetings, traveler. I am Jarborius. If you're looking for wares, I have plenty to sell. I will also buy your wares, even if you just stole them from me.
Bro, this man is like halfway T-posing up on you.
My son! My baby son, my boy! My baby son went missing in a really awesome cave nearby. Will you find him?
This is pretty true because, let's see. It's not Skyrim, okay? Because, well, I can just tell. This is Oblivion. This is Oblivion speak. And I've had a considerable amount of time spent in Oblivion. This was back in the Xbox 360 days, and this is 100% spot on what he's portraying.
Oh, heavens! Not the solution I expected, but I suppose that would do. Very well. He is so beautiful. Much better than my first. Thank you. I love you. And here I thought you would never ask. From the moment we first shared our gaze, 30 seconds ago, I knew you were the one for me. How
Oh
could
my
this
God.
be? After all we've been through, and you so
He goes through the whole stages of meeting someone and just quitting on them.
instantly cast me away like some putrid little plaything.
What the fuck?
Very well. You must leave. Now. This instant. For I have nothing left to say to you. Only the finest wares. NPCs, aka non-player characters, are exactly what they sound like. Any character that is not the player. It could be friend or foe or side quest giver, boy kisser, gun getter, sentient critter, kings and queens or a kitty cat's litter, car crash victim, Keon.
Bro, and he's still on his ball, dude.
Reeves. The term NPC actually originates from the ancient tabletop game Dragon Dungeon, where the Dragon Master would have players interact and speak with imaginary.
Wait, let me go back.
Top game Dragon Dungeon, where the dragon.
This was very similar to the group of people that I played with, except I played with my friend and my friend's dad, and he was the dungeon master, and it was me, my other friend, my friend's sister, and maybe another person, so sometimes a fourth. And yeah, this was it. Except this house looks a lot nicer than the house that I played in. Okay? And this house doesn't look like it smells like smoke. And is plagued by like 7 cats, 3 dogs, 2 birds, and a bunch of other animals.
Dragon Master would have players interact and speak with imaginary non-player characters created, voiced, and controlled by the DM. But while these NPCs have an endless amount of interactions and potential responses thanks to the power of human brain, NPCs in video games present a really complex challenge for developers. Every single action performed by even the most insignificant NPC has to be designed and programmed and written and potentially voice acted and animated. When people pretend to be NPCs on
oh shit. That's like an infinite number of interactions that you can have, you know? You know how there's like infinite emojis? Infinite interactions right there. Boom.
TikTok, there's a reason they do super repetitive looping movements and only say like 4 different things over and over and over. But I think certain NPCs can be pretty interesting to talk about because video games have gotten pretty clever since the days of Grandma's Atari. Cool, a scorpion. All right, Grandma, let's get you back into the dungeon. It could be as simple as knocking on a wall in Metal Gear Solid and the guard going, "What was that noise?" which blew my mind as a precocious child. Or it could be as complex as cats vomiting everywhere in a tavern because they stepped in beer that spilled onto the floor and then groomed themselves and got alcohol poisoning, because Dwarf Fortress is a full-on simulation of life inside the Garfield residence. Drew Garfield, that is. That's right, I get to call him Drew because we're buddies. I've divided my NPCs into 3 categories, but there will definitely be some crossover. Townsfolk, interactable VIPs, and enemies.
Oh, enemesier. Okay, so I get the townsfolk thing, interactable VIPs. These are most likely, I wonder what couple games he's basing this off of. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say he probably started with Oblivion and Skyrim, because those are some of the interactions in those games are just so priceless.
Enemies are Scrooge. It's the holidays, baby. These are usually your bottom of the barrel NPC-ass NPCs.
Yeah.
Talking about random people on the streets of Los Santos that are very easily angered and always want to fight you for some reason. Copy-paste townsfolk in Assassin's Creed that you're not supposed to kill, but you do it anyways, and the game is like, dude, Ezio wouldn't even do that, dude.
That's actually very funny, because back in the day when I played Assassin's Creed, Ezio Auditore, it's so funny because the very first time I did it and I read that, I was like literally taken aback, and I had this reaction. It's like, dude, that's the kind of thing I got out of it. It was kind of immersion breaking, but I mean, I understand why they did it. It's like this isn't supposed to be like GTA. You can't run around killing anybody, everybody. So it's just use the people as cover and whatnot. But as far as like NPC conversation goes, just Assassin's Creed, they just blurt out the most random ass shit.
The general expectation with these NPCs is that even though your interaction is usually limited to just killing them in hilarious ways, you hope that they at least react appropriately to your heinous actions. Whether this means running from explosions or gunfire, jumping to get out of the way of your car, T-posing in place and going, "I'm not afraid!" In a lot of games, townsfolk will only seem to exist wherever the player is and show like very little agency of their own. But Oblivion's Radiant AI system said, "F that, these geniuses have schedules and jobs and lives and important things to say that don't make a lick of fucking sense." Oblivion NPCs are often remembered and beloved and memed for the funny haha janky moments, but I'm bummed that Bethesda seemed to pump the brakes on the Radiant AI stuff after Oblivion, because it can make for some really entertaining emergent gameplay. Unexpected things can happen, and the varied routines and lives of each individual NPC can make the game world feel a bit more reactive and alive instead of every interaction feeling incredibly scripted. Speaking of
that was one of the really cool things about Oblivion. I remember so many times the guards, like I would just fast travel to a town and there would be just random ass bodies on the ground in Oblivion. And I'm like, what the fuck happened here? And then sometimes it would be like, oh, like it's an actual quest or whatever, but other times no one would know anything. So, and then a couple of times I was able to see like guards just randomly attacking maybe some NPC that just wandered into town, or some townsfolk person that just, I don't know what they would like what they would do. Did they like shoot an arrow or like cast a spell on a guard? Because the guards in Oblivion are like at low level and even like mid level are like pretty powerful. Okay? It wasn't until like late game that you started to become like a beast, and then the guard, like you could have like 20 guards on you and like just like you know, like you could take all the guards. But the Oblivion guards for all the cities, they were just something else, man.
Scripted. Red Dead 2 has really great detailed NPCs where they'll actually like go to their job and then go get drunk, and there's some level of interaction beyond just killing them, because you can say hi,
that's cool,
off, or rob them, even if none of it actually affects the design of the linear boring ass missions. What the
well, I would say in order to create like an awesome like immersive world, it takes a little bit more effort on the developer's part, and depending on the goal of the developer and what they want you to feel during gameplay is probably going to dictate how the game is made. If they want that immersive world, then they're going to put a little bit of time and effort into the, you know, the NPC interactions, with, I mean, like you said, like the jobs, the things they do, and it's like, okay, go here, okay, go there, and then have this big, like, long drawn out loop that they go through in order to, you know, make it seem like the world is alive.
Who said that? Get out of my dojo. Watch Dogs Legion said, okay gamers, you can play as any NPC in this game and we're gonna give them jobs and skills that you can take advantage of. And even though the execution of each simulated NPC's life ended up being a bit shallow, I think it's a really interesting twist on the traditional background NPC. In games like Majora's Mask or Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing or The Sims, each citizen is like an actual independent person that does not give a rat's ass if they inconvenience the player. It is up to you to cater to the NPC schedules, not the other way around, which I think would be pretty immersive, but also, it is the middle of the day. Why are you not at your store? NPCs having actual names and some level of interaction is a great segue into the next part of the video. Oh my God, NPC
shit.
This, NPC that. He's looking like a QPC.
Bro, the Nakey Jakey ad reads are some of the best ad reads.
Quarter pounder with cheese. Hi, I'm Jakey, and Jakey, attorneys at law. I'm a very busy lawyer guy, and the other day I wasted precious hours of my time just trying to cancel recurring monthly charges. It sucked, and I hate it. Do you hate canceling stuff too? Well, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is an all-in-one
Bro, I actually have this.
that helps you save more and spend less. This personal finance app allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, build a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. I'm using Rocket Money to identify and cancel those monthly recurring subscriptions without ever having to get on a phone call, which is great because I don't remember how to do that. What are you? Rocket Money helps me monitor my credit score and see important changes and insights on ways I can improve it. I also use Rocket Money to set up smart savings, which can automatically deposit a specified amount however frequently I want, which is great because I am trying to save up for another suit. All three of us wear the same suit and it's really stinky. To save more and spend less, join the 3.4 million members using Rocket Money today. We've got the hookup. Go to rocketmoney.com/NakeyJakey or click the link in the description to get started for free. You can also unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/NakeyJakey to get started for free. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. Now let's see what other side quest quarter pounder with cheese over here has cooked up for us, you little beefcake. Fuck off. These interactive freaks are a tier above your generic background actor. I'm talking your talk to me exclamation point above my head looking asses. You know, characters with clearly better graphics, quest givers, merchants, companions that offer you hints to puzzles that you didn't even ask for. Fuck off, mate. I bloody know what I'm doing. A lot of the time you have to annoyingly wait for them to stop talking and then follow them.
Bro, the Jarls in fucking Skyrim, I don't even remember what they said half the time. I just kept on clicking A until it was the end of the interaction. Like, they just ramble on and on. Like, fuck, dude.
To some destination to advance a quest, and usually they're walking at a speed that is neither your walk or sprint speed, so it's really frustrating.
Yes, why the fuck is that? It's faster than a walk, but slower than a sprint. Like, I get it that they want to kind of hurry you along, but for the most part, you're just going like this is them. It's like they're walking faster than your walk, but when you start sprinting, you're just like, whoop. So it's like, wait.
To try to match their pace. This is a direct shout out to Bethesda. It is 2023. Why are we still doing this, Todd?
Yeah.
A good interactable NPC has stuff like unique and memorable character design, consistent and
He started the fucking segment with a good interactable PC, and then he had a mud crab.
thoughtful writing that doesn't sound like a 15-year-old wrote it. A convincing performance that is believable, or at the very
Oh yeah, Elizabeth from BioShock. She was goated. One of the best NPCs.
least entertaining. Merchant from Resident Evil 4, Voss from Far Cry 3, Wheatley from Portal 2, that fucking cat dude that lies to you in Skyrim, everyone and everything you interact with in Undertale. Can I get Toad on the screen? The entirety of Baldur's Gate 3, which probably has the best NPCs and companions of any game in the world.
Oh yeah, I still haven't even played this game yet.
Of all all time. The amount of times that this game actually takes into account the choices you've made, the relationships you've nurtured, the people in your party, the fucking items in your inventory. I feel like every person has a story about some time an NPC did something they didn't expect and surprised them, and I think those are some of like the best moments in gaming because they make the game world feel alive. Some of you might roll your eyes at
Bro, another couple good games that had good NPCs was, I think, Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Because they did the whole go out on a mission, come back and bullshit with everybody. Go out on a mission, come back and bullshit with everybody. I think that little game loop is just really fun.
this next example, and I totally get it, but I just still think about it all the time. In The Last of Us Part 2, NPC enemies who are actually really smart, they'll sometimes be put in a down state where they'll like beg and plead for their life and be like, no, don't do it. And if you do any interaction other than kill them, aka walk away and do nothing, they will eventually magically stand back up and go right back to shooting you.
Oh shit.
As smart as the AI is in this game, they only possess one potential end goal: kill. This might be the most common type of NPC because they are a tale as old as time, jail as old as grandma. Who keeps letting you out, you old bag of beans? Red dot on the map that wants to kill you. Goomba that wants to kill you. Doggies that want to give you a little kiss and then go. Good enemy design is dependent on so many potential factors.
Oh yeah.
The shape, the size, the speed, the sounds, the color and scent of their blood. Is it green? I don't know. But I think a common trait shared among good video game enemies is a competent level of artificial intelligence. At the end of
This is true. The more options you give your enemies to interact with the player, I think it makes for a way better experience, like by miles.
the day, it's all smoke and mirrors.
Well, yeah.
It's just a question of how good of a magician the AI is. Halo's pioneered use of behavior trees for its fantastic ensemble of enemies makes the same 30 seconds of gameplay fun to repeat over and over because it's never going to play out the same way. Fear's enemies pioneered the use of goal-oriented action planning to give the very convincing illusion that this squad is smartly and tactically working together to aggressively pursue yo little scared ass. Starfield's enemies use emoji scripting and just stand around waiting for you
Starfield just dropped, and you gotta throw in the Starfield burn in there. Oh my god! You got what'd you say? Emoji scripting?
to shoot them like a carnival shooting gallery mini game. I'm sorry, but god damn it. It's 2023 and there are games from the
Bro, let's hope that Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't have this dog shit like AI. Like let this game be the prototype that they use to be like, oh shit, we gotta iron all this shit out. Okay? Come on, Todd Howard. Don't let Elder Scrolls 6 be another shallow footprint that Starfield was.
90s whose enemies are still running marathons around these guys. That pun is intended. Most of this stuff is above my pay grade, but if you're interested in learning about it, there's some really great videos by AI and Games and Game Maker's Toolkit that I'll put down in the description. I love enemies that will evolve and adapt to your actions and not just do the same predictable thing over and over again. Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War have some of the best enemies that can actually make even dying fun. Thanks.
Oh shit, I forgot about this game. I haven't even played this game yet. I know it's like really good, but god dang.
To the Nemesis system.
I gotta get to it.
To certain actions if you do them too much, but they will remember who you killed and how you killed them and help you create these amazing little narratives within the game. It's a shame that Warner Bros. Patented the Nemesis system because having an interactable hierarchy of enemies is such a fantastic concept.
You know what's so funny about this? I just got done watching the fucking video about what was that movie? Django? And it's like crash zoom, crash zoom, crash zoom. And then I literally just noticed it on this bullshit. It's like, it's like if Quentin Tarantino made Lord of the Rings, it would probably have looked something like this game with crash zoom. And then enemy intro. One-liner and his name.
A big thing tying into good enemy design is difficulty, and unfortunately not all games approach increasing the difficulty with the same level of care. As much as I love some Bethesda games, they've always done the dumbass thing where increasing the difficulty doesn't actually change any AI behavior, but it just doubles their health and gives...
This is dog shit difficulty scaling. Like, very easy. You do 2x damage taken. You do a half damage taken. Legendary chance, very rare. Wait, what does that even mean? Legendary chance. Difficulty, damage done. What the fuck is legendary chance in Skyrim? Like, it's not... Does it have anything to do with items or enemies? Like, legendary enemy. I was not aware of this column. I knew about these columns, but I didn't know about this column.
Gives them more damage output. So now, instead of a mindless shooting gallery where you just go up and shoot people, you hide behind something and chip away at a bullet sponge for like 30 minutes, which isn't exactly my idea of fun. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the whole damage sponge thing with game difficulty is a complete joke. That is the laziest form of increasing difficulty. However, if you want to like have a good increase in difficulty, then you have to add more behaviors, more trees, like more branches to the trees, more limbs, and behavioral changes that the enemy does to have a little bit of a more immersive battle. And that takes more effort on the developer side. And it's like, they can if they put more effort in, but is it going to be worth it? Well, it mostly depends on the game studio, because, you know, last time I saw, most games that have been coming out are just like complete dog shit. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, bro, when Elder Scrolls 6 drops, are they gonna have... They would have to have a difficulty slider, right? Like Skyrim, no? So if everybody is... There have been a ton of videos complaining about the difficulty slider on the Elder Scrolls games and how they're just like, it's the laziest form. Maybe he changes it up this time. You know? Hopefully. Maybe. Hopefully.
I keep talking about Starfield. Clearly, I have a lot to say about it. But I think Ghost of Tsushima approaches increasing the difficulty in a much more interesting way, where the enemies will actually become more aggressive, and even though now they kill you in like 2 hits, you also kill them in like 2 hits. So it becomes this beautiful dance of passion and gamer precision focus. I don't know. Play it on lethal. It's the best way to play that game. I think we all know that the eventual future for NPC AI is AI. The implementation of shit like ChatGPT in existing games with mods is already super impressive and honestly really scary. But I could...
Oh yeah, like there are already like indie games that use AI, and I don't remember, but if you have like a mic hooked up to your PC, you can like integrate your mic into the game, and you can have a full-blown conversation with a wizard or whatever, like an orc warrior or something fantastical, and it will like talk back to you in whatever you're talking about. It's crazy, but you know, that's, you know, with the openness and coolness of it, you know, there's going to be people that abuse it and whatnot. But if there could be a way to harness that and make it, I don't know, reel it in to make it more, I don't know, controllable, I think it would be cool. I mean, I highly doubt that anything that intricate could be utilized in even, I would say, even the next console cycle or whatever. Because, I mean, they could. Because imagine, like, most of the time, whenever I was playing single player games on console, I wouldn't have my mic or my headset in. You know, like the default headset that they give you, it's like on whatever console you get. I don't remember. Did the Xbox, some of the older ones, didn't they come with a mic and a headphone? But it was like a cheap ass one where it was only one side, and there was that little wire bendy mic, and then the other side just clipped into your ear. So you're obviously fucking cutting costs or whatever, but like imagine they gave you like a halfway decent like headset or whatever with, I don't know, maybe like a mic that's just on a wire or something, and it's like, oh, for the best game experience, put on the headset and the mic. And then, oh, you can, and then when you talk to an NPC, there would be like designated things like a normal video game, like chat options to choose from. Or you could just be like at the bottom, just be like, have on, like activate personalized conversation. And it's like you can ask your own question or whatever. I think that'd be really cool.
Could totally see AI becoming a super valuable tool within the toolkit used to create meaningful and interesting game worlds. It could make games a bit closer to having that limitless human brain dungeon master powering your interaction with NPCs. I just hope we don't let AI become the death of meaningful and creative game experiences. And
Well, it doesn't have to be, because for every meaningful game experience that has already been made, all of those things were more or less handmade. And it's like you fill up, I don't know, like you fill up a cup and then the cup is like, has all the options, but it's just a cup. All right. With AI, you can fill up an entire fucking swimming pool of options, or an entire, I don't know, a river or a lake or a big ass pond of, chat options. And it's like you go to ask, like talk to one PC, and everybody could have their own personalized experience, which I think could be cool. But I mean, I get what he's saying of like, oh, everything's AI now. Nothing is like human made anymore. But I mean, I get it.
just get completely procedurally generated ass Creed games like every 2 hours.
Yeah.
If you want more NPC centric content, I highly recommend checking out any Austin's videos where he does some investigative cyber journalism to discern the unemployment rate in Skyrim cities. I really love his videos. I don't know him, but I think he has a really unique voice that stands out among the sea of YouTube gamers. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. I'll see you next time.
Nice.
Oh. You want me to go there in my mind?
Oh,
as
Jesus.
soon as I go in there in my mind.
Relax. Okay. I thought that was a great video. It just, talking about the history of NPCs and the different types and of interactions that you can get in a lot of different types of video games. Again, some of the best ones he already went over, but god dang, man. Like, the games that I really remember and really leave a mark on me are really the ones that had better NPC interactions. And, maybe if you had like a little buddy, like in Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter, those games are great too, because you're just riffing off of your little robot boy or your little, I forgot what he was called, your little, I don't know, chipmunk friend bro or whatever. Those games are great too, man. But I mean, yep, NPCs. We'll see where they go with all the AI stuff, man. Hopefully, it goes someplace good. Definitely, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's pretty much about it. All right, so I'll catch you guys on the next one. Okay, see ya.